I'm Bruce Flanders. Along with me, Pete Lyons, and down in the pits is Barry Gill covering the action. And we were watching that we had a 12.3-second pit stop. 12.3-second pit stop for John Watson.
That's the leader.
There is second place.
The leader is in the wall.
Second place, Andrea De Cesaris in the wall right there, and they put the fire extinguisher bottles on it. The young Italian who qualified for the pole finally made, apparently, that serious error. He looks to be physically okay as we look down, Pete, but there's problems, eh?
That car is pretty well destroyed. That beautiful new Alfa Romeo with its carbon fiber monocoque chassis.
And the graphic says he only finished 42% of his races, but you got to remember, this is a young man, and the younger you are, the more mistakes you're subject to, which, as we get older, should make us less subject, right?
Historically speaking, a lot of the young drivers have made, a lot of the drivers who turned out to be really good made a lot of mistakes earlier in their career. We of course don't know if this is a mistake or whether it's a mechanical problem or maybe a fault of another driver.
Would like to step in right now and say thank you to the 567 volunteer people from the Sports Car Club of America, each of whom puts in 3 12-hour days, and their only payment for working this weekend is a free lunch. And you thought there was no such thing as a free lunch. We'll go pit side once again. Barry?
Well, here's one of the very young men from the race, 23-year-old Roberto Guerrero, the only Colombian racing driver in history. What happened to you?
Well, I was going reasonably well. The car was going very nicely, and there was an accident, and they were clearing the track. And after they cleared it, I don't know if there was remainings of oil or something on the track, or I just went a little bit offline. It was just very slippery, and I just hit the wall.
Very disappointing for your first visit to Long Beach.
Yes, I'm very sad because I was enjoying it very much. I love the circuit, and I really wanted to finish.
And what about this new Enzyme car?
I think the car has a lot of potential. I think with a little bit more testing, we're going to get it to go very well.
We look forward to seeing you better next time. Thank you for talking to us.
Thank you.
We've got 13 cars on the racetrack, and as you can see, the breeze beginning to blow just a little bit here, and there's a lot of debris beginning to kick up onto this racetrack. That debris could create a problem for them, as they don't use an awful lot of air cleaning devices in front of the injectors, Pete, and it could be a problem before this one's over, right?
Yes, it could. It could suck gravel into the engine, which is definitely not what you want to do.
Yellow flags aplenty in the narrow portion of this racetrack as they make their way back up Pine by De Cesaris' problem there. And number 27, Villeneuve, is the driver we're looking at now. He is in the third place spot, the Canadian, in the red Ferrari.
And that blue car, number 3, is Michele Alboreto, currently in 4th place in his Tyrrell Ford.
So 3rd and 4th are closing up a lot tighter. 3rd and 4th, one of our better battles on this racetrack at the moment, in fact, the Ferrari. And we're going to be pausing along our network line for 5 seconds to allow the stations to ID themselves. We're going racing once again here in Long Beach, California, and watching number 27 Villeneuve trying to hold off the blue number 3 Alboreto. The differential very close between those two. It is Lauda out in front of it, though. He has got quite a few seconds over Keke Rosberg, the Finnish driver. 3rd place, Villeneuve in the Ferrari. 4th place in the Tyrrell, Michele Alboreto. Then Eddie Cheever, the young American who lived in Phoenix and born in Phoenix, lived there till he was about 4 years of age, has traveled all over the world now and spent the last 2 years chasing the Formula One circuit. And finally, the 6th place. The reason we keep 6 of them up for you is those are the World Championship points. Sure, easy for you to say, points-paying spots, and it is DeAngelis right now looking for a World Championship point, currently in 6th.
It seems to me there's yellow flags around half of this racetrack, and the same half has littered racing cars everywhere. We're just coming up to half distance, and half of our cars have gone out.
This is an unusual one here at Long Beach, as we have destroyed effectively several cars, but it looks as though, and I don't want to be erroneous on any reporting, I have heard nothing about any injuries to any of the drivers at all, but they have sure ruined some cars.
This is tough stuff.
36 laps down by the leader of the 75 we're going, and at the moment it looks as though Niki Lauda is on his way to some real big points.
That's Patrese chasing Elio De Angelis in the Lotus.
Petraci has apparently bumped into something and lost one half of his wing. If you take a close look, the front wing has about half of it missing on that blue and white car right there. And Petraci is running in the 7th place spot, down a lap right now to Niki Lauda.
The loss of that wing, Bruce, will affect the aerodynamics of the car. He'll have less downforce on the front tires, and therefore they won't stick quite as well. He'll have a condition known as understeer or push.
Pete, you and I talked earlier about the costs of this type of racing. What are we looking at dollar-wise in some of the things that are going on?
Do you have $8 million? I can run a Formula 1 team for you.
Ooh, $8 million.
And that's a top-line Ford engine team. Like Frank Williams' budget's around $8 million for this year. He has 90 or 100 people spending that for him.
Let's go down pit side once again. Andrea de Cesaris is there with Barry Gill.
Well, Andrea, when we talked to you yesterday, you were the happiest man in motor racing. What happened today?
I don't know what's going, and all of a sudden I felt a big smoke. I watched in the mirror, in the next corner I went just the car went straight.
You say big smoke, you mean the engine or the brakes?
I don't know, I think something in the engine, I don't know, I think the brakes, something.
Andrea, you were having a tremendous battle with Niki Lauda. Do you think you could have won this race?
When he took me, because I found one match car, just they didn't want to let me go. I don't know why, it was lapped. And so to avoid an accident, I had to brake, and Niki Lauda took me inside.
And what about the Alfa Romeo? Because it was going very, very well.
The car was going very well. I don't know what's happened. Unfortunately, the car has been very badly damaged.
Well, your next race is in your native Italy. Better luck next time, Andrea. Thanks for talking to us.
Thank you.
Well, when we talked to him before, he was awfully happy, and ecstatic would probably fit it better. Ooh, there is a wheel on the race course just off the line.
Yeah, that's the Alfa front suspension.
And we're also seeing a battle between DeAngelis in the number 11 car and number 2, Riccardo Petraci. They are battling at the moment for the 6th place spot.
This is beautiful. Look at this.
Outbraking him, Petraci on the inside, and takes away the number 6 position at the moment.
Riccardo Petraci, of course, was the hero here last year, driving in Arrows. He was on pole position and led for some laps.
He is one heck of a qualifier, but he did not have that kind of luck during the qualifying here this weekend.
He's just moved up into 6th place. He should be in the points right now.
Well, right now, he's definitely. Here comes the pass again. Watch closely how he outbrakes DeAngelis.
It's just like fencing, isn't it? These two drivers are using these cars like fencing foils, slashing back and forth.
As we watch them in slow motion, these drivers, their heads bobbing around, they take quite a beating on this racetrack. Petraci, oh wait, check that. I thought he was in trouble right there, but he apparently going smoothly through turn 1 and 2. The beating that they take, Pete, some of these drivers after South Africa were black and blue on parts of their body.
The cars right now, because of the regulations, are giant go-karts, Bruce. It all has to do with the aerodynamic rules this year. The rules state that the car is allowed to have skirts again, which touch the ground. However, the skirts themselves may not move. Well, they are a certain spec size. They can only be 6 centimeters deep. They're made out of kind of a rubbery material. You can't have anything other than that. That means that the skirts have to touch the ground. Therefore, the car cannot bounce up and down on suspension. The designers therefore fit the cars with very, very stiff springs, 1,000 pounds per inch, and the cars ride rock solid.